Alright guys, Scrappy again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. More drama in Black Ops 6 last... Alright guys, Scrappy again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. More drama in Black Ops 6 last night. Pred absolutely fuming it. Alright guys, Scrappy again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. More drama in Black Ops 6 last night. Pred absolutely fuming after getting banned from his ranked play communication. 10 minutes after talking trash to some cheaters, Pred gets his comms banned, despite the fact that those said cheaters that Pred was trash talking are seemingly scot-free. No problems at all for them. What is going on with Activision and their anti-cheat right now? Very much interested to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I greatly appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving as well to all those who are celebrating today. Thought this is pretty funny to kick off the video. First of all, shout out Doug Sent to Martin because, well, he's done it. He is obviously, well, he calls himself a world champion in COD. Technically didn't win the world championship. He won the national championships back in 2010 on Black Ops 1. But as you guys know, thanks to Doug and many others, this year's world championship, all those old school winners got their rings because effectively back then that was the world championship. It just wasn't called as such for another couple of years. And okay, it wasn't quite the same as the world championship has been in COD since 2013. But still, shout out Doug Sent to Martin. I think it was 2011 actually. Doug won his ring because Black Ops 1 came out in 2010, so I guess that event was in 2011. But yeah, here's Doug going through, of course, his story and all the setbacks and the challenge of getting to this point. And here he is with his Guinness World Record certificate, which presumably he had to pay Guinness for based on all the saga that we've discussed over the last couple of months. But yeah, thought this is absolutely great actually. And yeah, most pull-ups in 24 hours achieved by Doug Martin in Long Island, New York from 8th to the 9th of September. So great stuff, and he's got the ring on as well at the bottom left-hand side. So good stuff from Doug, of course. Let's zoom out of this one real quick and talk about some GA drama because there is lots of that still going on. Obviously, the Toronto guys are talking about it. I don't know if Beans is just going to go by Marcel forever now or exactly what the plan is going to be there, but it seems like that is part of the plan. So I don't know if he's going to change his game attack. We've seen this in the past as well with the likes of, well, Scrappy was initially Scrappy. He wanted to change it to Scrap. Obviously, we saw the same thing happen with Kenny, right, a couple of years ago when it was Quavo, whatever. And like, okay, he's now kind of goes by Kenny again. But yeah, we'll see if Marcel puts in a word for the league to change his name. I still like Ben Beans, to be honest, but it is what it is. There was also this yesterday on GAs. So here's Pred running around with the knife and getting a load of kills. Now, look, he's, I guess, the pros are maybe making the point, oh, is the knife too strong? Is the knife not too strong? Okay, he gets this kill, and he drops down here on Protocol. Of course, there's this section here, and there's a similar section on Skyline as well. This guy drops down, and he then gets meleeed. It's like, oh, well, wow, the knife is so strong. The funny thing about this clip is as you watch it, it's like, are there any kills here that he wouldn't get with a normal gun? Because the answer is probably no. And here we are on Rewind as well. Rewind Control, by the way, of course, still being played in, obviously, the League play modes, but it's not played by the pros. So, yeah, you know, I'm not sure that this clip shows, wow, that the knife is way too good. Like, he's running around with a knife. I mean, what are we talking about? There was also this yesterday confirmed by Mr. Benjay Nassim. This was his full CDL player committee PowerPoint presentation. I thought I'd just have a look at it real quick again because it was, this is a classic Benjay piece of content. And it is great. Like, I think he's done a great job here. But it's just, again, I think Ben should realize and probably will realize and needs to realize that the pros, they just don't, they're not going to read all these pages, you know. Like, I think that's the unfortunate situation. Like, he put a lot of this together, talking about the background of why this is a problem, why the current process is broken, what they could potentially do in the future. We kind of talked about this the other day as well. But, yeah, player committee, he mentions what they could do there. And look, Ben did a great job putting this one together. And I think it's, you know, if they actually did this, it would be a good thing for the scene. Are they going to do it? No. That is what it is. And yeah, he talks about the benefits of changing it around with some nice pictures on the right-hand side. So, you know, shout out Ben putting all this together, to be fair. But the problem is it was more than 2 pages long. And for the pros, that's a little bit too much, I think. So, yeah, example voting process he goes through. We talked about some of these screenshots at least the other day, when they would do the meetings, what the plan would be, external communication, and unfortunately, the players, they will have checked out of this by page 2 or 3. So, you know, fair play. If anyone got to the end, like, congratulations. And anyone with a decent attention span, no problem, you get through this. They're nicely designed slides. They got pictures in there. Obviously, Zoom would be the chairman. There'd be a charter. So, you know, it's a big PowerPoint, but it's exactly the thing that I expected Ben to make, and unfortunately the players just don't have the type of attention span to go through and look at all of this. But yeah, thought this was nice from Ben J. He does mention though a little bit in the replies here what the plan could be, as he says there might need to be some comment on what the goal of the GAs should be, because as Doug Lieb says, I see competitive balance is mentioned, but you know, the goal of the gentleman's agreements compared to what's actually banned, that maybe should be discussed. But of course, that's kind of for the pros to figure out, whether it's to make the game more competitive, more balanced, better for the viewers, because back in the day, the viewer kind of benefits did seem to be considered, but unfortunately, they don't seem to care about that stuff anymore. And as Ben says, the pros aren't even aligned on what they're trying to achieve here with the GAs nowadays, which is obviously kind of a step one. And Ben also says that Slasher made a good point that in the early years of the process, there was at least some alignment about targeting diversity of weapons used and creativity allowed. At the moment, everyone is just looking out for their jobs and what helps their own team. And it's not like Slasher isn't necessarily guilty of this either, because presumably they voted the snipers out because they're not going to use the snipers. But at the end of the day, if that's what the teams are all doing, then you're incentivized to do the same thing. So it is an absolute shambles. Ben's trying his best to resolve it. It's not going to be easy. As EasyMac says, back in the MLG CWL days, who actually made these rules? GAs did happen, I would say, from like Advanced Warfare and onwards. I don't know if the amelie, like that year, if you guys ever played Advanced Warfare GBs and stuff, the amelie was, it was an LMG, and it was kind of OP, and it was used a lot by players in game battles and stuff. So I'm guessing that it wasn't officially banned in the official rules, but the pros, I'm guessing, just never really touched it and went near it. And I think there were other examples as well in that game, but pre-Advanced Warfare, GAs didn't really exist. I mean, we're talking Black Ops 2 when Dashy was running around with a riot shield at the World Championship, like, and that was, and people were using shotguns and stuff on, you know, hijacked hardpoint, the underground hill. Parasite was there with a Remington shotgun in the hallway. There was no getting past that. And that was just like, well, unlucky, I guess we'll have to adapt or use EMP grenades, or, you know, it was just great. It was a great time. And the players were, you know, had more integrity than they have today, at least in my opinion. But that's what EasyMac asks, and Slasher says, yeah, the CWL was me, had the league in a chokehold. And even Adam Apicella was then diving into this and says, yeah, GAs did happen back then, but, you know, Rami, Spinner, Spence, basically the guys working with MLG, they tried their best to get the thoughts of the players collected to influence the rules and drive conversations then with the studio, as in for the devs to make the necessary changes where they deemed it necessary. We didn't always agree. GAs happened, and yes, we hated GAs even then, but it's always been an issue finding consensus between the league, the players, and the studio, and right now the league seems to not really care so much anymore, unfortunately. However, maybe the studio does, and there is something to say on that in a second. This I thought was pretty funny. So here we are on Vault. We obviously know about the diving board, and, well, this is what is possible from the diving board. So here comes Shotzzy into the air and just in mid-air slams JP. So, yeah, this is the Jackal in full force as well. But, I mean, have a look at this. Jumping off the board, then kind of like diving mid-air. And then, I mean, like, I'll just have to play this clip again because it's too funny, to be honest. I mean, look at this. He is flying through the sky and JP has no chance. Then some of the pros are saying, oh, well, you know, let's get the call, right? Let's get the call and GA this. But it's not something you can really GA. Like, you get a GA hopping off the diving board, like, it's part of the map at the end of the day. Now, Kaysun did mention a couple of interesting things. We saw this tweet that we talked about yesterday when he'd spoken to the GM, apparently Daniel Say, and he says, to give everyone more clarity, the system's broken, teams are GAing things for personal benefit versus learning to play against it. We need a better system in play, maybe a players union, something's got to change, all the league steps in. Now, he also tweeted this, he then deleted it, I believe, but this is what he said. Best new system to place the GAs for the COPRO League, a players union voted on by the players, an unbiased players union where they decide what should be GA'd, 5 people, no controversy. Now, I don't really know if that's ever going to work or they're going to do it or whatever, but this was the interesting part to me. I also reached out and pushed to see if they can take aim assist off of the sniper for the CDL. Now, back in, was it Black Ops 3 and maybe, you know, maybe 1 or 2 other games, there's been no aim assist on the sniper rifles, which I think is a good thing. Would it be impossible for the developers to go into just CDL modes and say, okay, that, you know, let's say when you activate the CDL rule set, it disables aim assist on the snipers, because Scrappy said, and the players have said, oh, well, if you take aim assist off, we'll put it in. Now, do I believe them? I'm not sure. But if the devs could actually do that, then I think that would be something interesting. But intrigued to your thoughts, loads of GA discussion as ever. We've got to just mention this clip here from Pred, because hackers have again been running riot in ranked over the last few days. They've started to get banned, thankfully, but Pred's getting banned. Not because he's been cheating, but because he's been talking too much trash. Now, there are these AI systems, apparently, to detect cheaters, and seemingly to detect trash talk as well, because if you talk too much trash, basically, then you're going to get comms bans. And that's what's happened here to Pred. But Pred obviously is annoyed about it because he's been talking trash to cheaters that he's either been losing against or beating in ranked, like actual hackers in the game that have been ruining the experience. But yet it's Pred who gets banned.
Are you playing Anthem? You want me to fix it?
Yo, instead of shooting my body, I can't talk. I can't talk in game chat. You have been temporarily... Oh, yeah. I was about to talk shit. Bro, they're so quick to fucking ban me from talking shit, but they can't ban these fucking cheaters. Fuck that bullshit, bro. What? You have been temporarily removed from public communication, bro. They banned me within 10 minutes from fucking game chat, but they can't ban all these fucking hackers, bro. Because I was fucking shit talking these guys. Now I can't even com, bro. They banned my shit instantly, bro. Com ban me, bro. All I said is this guy, yo, keep shooting my body. You're fucking awful, and then that's it. I'm gone. Bro, these hackers are fucking getting rank 1 top 250s and not getting fucking banned. Like, I'm genuinely shocked, bro. I'm genuinely shocked.
So all of this is a problem right now, and I thought this was interesting. So GamerDoc here, who has some experience on the Riot Games side with their Vanguard anti-cheat, which is very effective. It may go too far. There's lots of arguments on that. But in terms of its intrusivity into your device, but nonetheless, it does work. And what he says is that right now, the anti-cheating COD doesn't work, and there's an over-reliance on AI systems. And look, I think on paper, wow, using AI to catch cheaters sounds good and makes sense. But if the AI can't even catch in Ricochet anti-cheat a blatant spin botter, you know, aim botter who's just snapping on targets and nailing them in a few shots, like, it's just not fit for purpose. And also, is an AI system going to effectively detect a wall hack? Because, you know, if you're a good player and you know where someone is, you're going to have your crosshair ready for that player as you come around the corner. Like, there's been many clips in COD and other games where it's like, wow, that guy seemed to know he was there or whatever. And that will happen occasionally. Will the AI get confused between a player who's actually walling and therefore knows where the guy is and therefore can pre-aim around a corner, and a guy who's just good at COD? You know, not necessarily. But I think this analysis is correct, that using these heuristics or aim models to identify suspicious behavior just isn't working. You've got to target the cheats directly. If you've got a kernel level driver in place, it will then see, okay, what's running on the PC, and if it sees something suspicious, it looks at it and says, okay, what's that? And then, you know, whether you are doing something dodgy and get banned or not, that's another question. But then he talks about how finding it concerning that console players are forced into an unsafe competitive environment because they have to play crossplay. But look, cheating's never going to be zero, but it could be way better than it is. So yeah, this is what Activision probably should do. Will they do it? I'm not so convinced at all. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. And I'll see you next time.
I think this song is better than the JackalRab, yes or no?
Yes.
I think the song is better than
You're
the
fucking brain dead.
Okay, I guess everyone's brain dead.
Yes,
Okay.
you all are.
I mean, you're not. You're
That's
a genius.
the whole point of
You're
this
brain dead as
conversation.
well.
Bro, this song is not better than the
Like, fuck, everyone's brain dead. You're brain dead as well. Like, literally listening to two players that played against pro players in scrims, but I got ranked. It's not broken. Okay.
Bro, I don't give
My
a
bad.
fuck about ranked.
That's the only fucking sample size you have.
Bro, are you gonna sit here and act like I didn't play COD professionally for 12 years?
You didn't play BO6 professionally?
I know what it looks like in a scrim, Ernie.
Okay.
It's nothing new to me, bro. It's probably
Bro,
it's a high
you're
rating
acting like it was the same like it's the same song from BO4.
No, yeah, bro. I said those words. Yes, that's exactly what I said.
I didn't say you said it. I said you're
mentioned
acting.
The BO4 song.
I said you're
brought that
acting.
up, right? When did you vote it out? What happened? What happened on the day that you voted the gun out?
So every team voted it out, but we're all brain dead. It's not overpowered, but every
team voted it out.
Yes,
Three
every
teams that
single
publicly said
team.
that they didn't vote it out.
They're fucking lying because the vote was 12-0.
Oh.
Like, what?
Somebody's lying.
Yeah, and it's not me.
Gotcha.
The fuck? Everyone voted it out. Like, what? Literally every single team voted it out. I don't understand this.